So our TikTok adventures are continuing. So we've been playing with our little videos, and it was such a blessing this week because the weather has been absolutely glorious. Last week ended up just being incredibly challenging. We did lots of recording, I had to ditch so much of it because of the wind noise, which is what happens when you try and record on top of a hill in gales.
That's
But
right.
yesterday the sun was beautiful and golden, and spring was totally in the air. Instead of wind, we've got bird song.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. And one of the real blessings actually of doing these snippets of story and fitting in shadow work was, well, the highlight yesterday was creating Mount Olympus on the garden wall in this golden light, which actually really lent itself to this kind of feeling of Greek sunshine. Yeah, so amazing how the elemental forces are with us as we work on this Prometheus story.
Well, it was fabulous because we were planning to work with the fire and to use shadows on screens around the fire. And then the sunlight was so beautiful that there were just amazing shadow possibilities every way that we turned.
Yeah, we didn't even have to rig it up. It was just like, oh, look, they're on the door. I just accidentally held up some figures and they were projected onto the door. So it was very, very natural and really exciting. And hopefully we've done them justice in our little minutes that I'm
Well,
really enjoying what's happening out of these, having to make things so essential. They get smaller and bigger at the same time.
I think that is the thing, is it really focusing on to tiny moments of story just expands those tiny moments out into something much bigger, I think, in our understanding and the way that we look at the myth. So what comes out, maybe we share, are just these little snippets, but it's just making me look in these stories in a completely different way.
Yeah, and me too. Yeah, absolutely.
And then at the end of the day yesterday, there we are having conversations about divine fire, about Prometheus stealing fire from the gods. And as we were talking about it, the entire sky lit up into the most fabulous sunset, and the entire sky was alight with divine fire.
Right. I thought you were going to be talking about me running around the lawn with the fennel stalk lit, but that's
That
maybe I
was
should give that game away.
that was hilarious. Me, obviously, with me with the camera, it does give me the authority to just kind of stand back and direct you to just run like a wild thing hither and thither.
Well, I wasn't.
No more of that coming.
I was more stumbling. I think lumbering and stumbling under a beautiful moon. Unfortunately, the camera equipment couldn't quite get that clear, but it's very, very interesting how we're working with the weather and the fire, and we're really it's really, really having a big impact on what we're putting out. So hopefully that's going to translate across the airwaves.
Well, I hope so, because that's the thing, is that it's although the two of us are working together, it definitely feels like there are four partners within this. There's you, me, uh, the landscape and elemental forces, and then the myth of Prometheus itself, and kind of the myth and the landscape and the weather are definitely pulling their weight in shaping things.
Absolutely, it's very, very alive, isn't it? Very alive.